The gunman in the shooting that killed 2 officers and injured several more in Floyd County made his first court appearance this morning, leading off our team coverage tonight of the tragedy in Allen. WYMT's Jordan Mullins. He was at the hearing earlier this morning and spoke to officials about the suspect and what first responders encountered as they arrived at the scene.
49-year-old Lance Storrs made his first appearance in court via a video conference following a shooting in the Allen community that left 2 officers dead and several more injured. Floyd County Sheriff John Hunt says the shooting seemed to be premeditated.
This guy had seemed to be a plan, and he pretty much executed that plan almost to precision.
With no previous knowledge of a criminal background, officers were unsure of what they would face when serving an emergency protective order during a domestic violence investigation.
He was new to this area based upon the information provided us by locals in the Allen community, so we don't have a lot of information about Storrs.
Sheriff Hunt says first responders encountered a storm of bullets when arriving at the scene, adding that multiple weapons were used during the shooting. On Friday morning, Judge Eric Hall set Storrs' bond at $10 million and scheduled a preliminary hearing for July 11th.
For the ones that were there, they lived in pure hell for some time, and he was a sheer terrorist. I mean, he was just a terrorist with a mission, and he was out to succeed at that.
County Attorney Keith Bartley says the officers who were killed should be remembered as more than just their badge and uniform.
It's not a police officer shot, or multiple police officers in this case. These are human beings. These are people with children, spouses, and mom and dads. And their world will never be the same.
But as folks with a family and community that will never forget the sacrifice they made. In Floyd County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Certainly a very emotional time. Sheriff Hunt confirmed that the shooting never turned into a hostage situation as rumored last night, with Storrs' wife or child adding that neither were there when the incident occurred and are safe. Well, this is not the first mass shooting, believe it or not, in the community of Allen. More than 40 years ago, in October 1981, a 70-year-old man killed 5 men and wounded 3 others there. Court records indicate William Okie Bevins went on the shooting spree at the Mountain Auto Truck Parts store in Allen. He had a reported dispute with one of the victims, and he later died in prison. Well, among the officials releasing statements addressing last night's shooting was Congressman Hal Rogers. The congressman said, quote, "Last night in East Kentucky, we were gravely reminded of the dangers that our police officers and first responders face when they answer the call of duty. We are deeply grateful for their courageous action to protect the Allen community and the people of Floyd County. Please join me in prayer for the family of the police officer who was killed in the line of duty and for those recovering from their injuries." That statement was released before we knew more than one officer had died. Well, the events of last night have rattled several communities within Floyd County and really across our region. But through all of this, multiple community members found a way to come together to lend a hand to those in mourning. WYMT's Alyssa Williams has more on that.
Whether it's offering a listening ear, a shoulder to lean on, or even a bite to eat, the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg is opening its doors to the community following the tragedy that took place Thursday evening.
We always work so well with the community. We're here for the community, so we just thought it was natural, and thankfully Mayor Stapleton thinks of things that we can do for the community, and my team and myself will always jump to help with the community in this tragic time.
Multiple mental health and religious organizations set up inside the MAC to offer their services to those in need of guidance.
We're just here to offer counseling, grief services for the community as a whole. We know that a lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are grieving, confused, in shock, and we just wanted to be here to help.
Those involved say it is important to have the opportunity to connect with one another during times like these.
You know, whether it be us or their pastor or an elder family member, Human beings, we rely on connectivity with others, and there's no other way in my mind for us to make it through things in a healthy way without connecting with others.
Executive Director of the Mountain Arts Center, Joe Campbell, says he and his team are happy to extend a helping hand in this way.
It's very important for us to be here, such a small town, such a small area that is grieving right now, and it's a close-knit community, and so that's what we're here for.
Taking in community members and giving them a place to work through their emotions. In Prestonsburg, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
The MAC offered counseling services until 5 this afternoon, but Executive Director Joe Campbell says he and his team are willing to host more counseling days in the future if needed. Several Eastern Kentucky communities have chosen to postpone or cancel 4th of July celebrations after last night's shooting. To respect the victims and families of the tragedy, Prestonsburg Tourism announced it will postpone its Star City Day event. The city of Pikeville canceled its Independence Day festival. The city of Paintsville announced the cancellation of its block party scheduled for July 3rd, but said in a Facebook post that the fireworks show will go on as planned. This tragedy comes just 4 years after an officer was killed in the line of duty in neighboring Pike County to Floyd County. Scotty Hamilton was shot while responding to a call in March of 2018. He was an officer for the Pikeville Police Department and on the force for 12 years. John Russell Hall pleaded guilty to his murder and was sentenced to life without parole. The Officer Down Memorial page keeps track of line of duty deaths in Kentucky. Before yesterday's incident, the website listed 939 deaths in Kentucky from various causes, but 682 were related to gunfire. The website also lists 7 total K-9 line of duty deaths. It's also been less than 1 year since another officer died in the line of duty in our region. In nearby Wise County, Virginia, last November, Big Stone Gap police officer Michael Chandler was responding to a welfare check when he was shot. Michael Donovan White is accused of killing him. You can find more coverage of the Floyd County shootout on our website, WYMT.com, and you can also get the latest on the WYMT News app. Just scan the code on your screen with your phone camera and download the app. We are continuously updating this story, and you can also sign up for breaking news alerts. Well, state police held a news conference about the Floyd County shootout about an hour ago. We have also learned the names of some of those involved this afternoon. We want to go now to WYMT's Phil Pendleton, who joins us now live from Allen. And Phil, we're starting to get more about the timeline of these events as they unfolded. What can you tell us?
Steve, that's exactly right. And this was a very lengthy ordeal for police to go through last night. It was something that started late yesterday afternoon, went into the evening, and overnight, very, very scary and terrifying moments for the law officers that were here on scene, and it was just a very terrifying number of ordeals.
They encountered just what I told you, pure hell. When they arrived, they had no chance. This guy had it seemed to be a plan, and he pretty much executed that plan almost to precision.
Gunfire raining down, coming from a location the 4 officers who initially arrived could not pinpoint. That's how Sheriff John Hunt describes the mayhem Thursday afternoon into evening. He says for 2 hours, 1 deputy hid under his cruiser. His K-9 killed when the bullets slammed into that car. The officers who were killed have been identified by Prestonsburg Police as Deputy William Petrie, who worked for state police, and Captain Ralph Frazier. 5 others were injured, including the county's emergency management director. We are told that 1 is in critical condition, 2 are stable, and 1 was treated and released.
You know, when I get out of the car, there's bullets raining down on us. It's a war zone.
And he was a sheer terrorist. I mean, he was just a terrorist with a mission, and he was out to succeed at that.
And we are still trying to gather some information on the suspect in all of this. 49-year-old Lance Storrs. He was arraigned this morning. He is under a $10 million bond. He'll be back in court in about a week and a half in Floyd County District Court. We still don't know exactly what took place when he was apprehended. Did he actually surrender? Were they able to talk him down? How was that process? Kentucky State Police say all of that remains under investigation, and they have not revealed exactly what took place in all of that at this time. Live in Floyd County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Phil, thank you very much. Lots of questions still left unanswered, and we hope to find more answers in the next few days and weeks as funeral arrangements are planned for the 2 officers killed, the K-9 Drago, and we just hope and pray that all the other officers injured survive. We understand at least one is in critical condition. We do know the name of one officer that was injured, Jacob Chaffins, a Prestonsburg officer. We are told among the officers injured, 1 is critical, 2 are stable, and 1 has been treated and released from the hospital. And of course, our thoughts and prayers of all of us here at WYMT are with everyone affected by this horrible tragedy. We'll be right back.